Hello everyone, hello YouTube, this is Felipe, o Gato de Salto, and today I'm here to talk to you about a very important characteristic of the Malandros. Actually, a spiritual characteristic. I'm here to talk to you about Zé Pilintra. Welcome back to my channel where I share information and content about the Samba world, the carnival world and anything related. So if you're interested in these topics, make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a like, leave a comment, activate the notification button and get on. Today I'm here to talk about a spiritual entity, the spiritual and religious connection to the Malandros, Zé Pilintra, and I ask Zé Pilintra to help me convey the right information that you guys need to hear. And I do not want to offend anyone, spiritual or physical. Okay, so if you watched my previous series, which was about the Orishas, you probably also watched the video where I talk about Candomblé and Umbanda, the two main afro-brazilian religions that are present in Brazil. And especially Umbanda is also very present in the carnival scene and is a religion that has the intervention of spiritual entities. So spirits of deceased people who actually existed, but who are still among us in order to help us evolve and reach the light. And there are many different lines of spirits. One of these lines that I've already addressed in this channel are the Exus, and there's another video about that, so I'm gonna leave the link up here or in the description box of this video. Make sure you check it out because it's really interesting. And of course there are different lines. There are the caboclos, those are spirits of deceased indigenous people. There are the preto velhos, those are spirits of deceased ex-slaves. So there are many different lines of spirits that are here among us living people to help us evolve. And one line is the line of the Malandros. Some people believe that Zé Pilintra is a part of the line of Exu, but some people believe that Zé Pilintra is part of the lines of the Malandros. And of course, right here, I would like to just clarify that I am not a religious expert. I'm not a scholar for this kind of religion. So I'm really just trying to convey the information that I gathered in my research and that I've seen across my years of experience in the Samba world. So one of the most well-known spirits that we have that are very present in the Samba world is the spirit of Seu Zé. Seu Zé, this is one of his names, many different names. Also Zé Pilintra is the spirit of a Malandro. And he is probably the most well-known image when it comes to a Malandro because he wears a white Panama hat with a red stripe, and then he's completely white just with one red tie. And this image is so widely available and reproduced also within the performance groups all over Brazil. This is the image of a Malandro. From the perspective, the religion's perspective, these spirits of Zé Pilintra and the Malandros, they are very flexible, vibrational wise. They vibrate at different lines, so they can vibrate and enter in the lines of Exu, but also vibrate and enter in the lines of caboclos. Don't ask me too many questions about that because that's not my expertise. I don't know much about that. I just think it's extremely interesting. This is why perhaps some people have some difficulty deciding whether they are Exus or their own lines of Malandros. But Zé Pilintra was actually someone who lived. He was from Pernambuco, so the northeast of Brazil, and he went to Rio. And he was a black man, a very strong man, and an amazing fighter who was very at ease with the use of knives, and that was his weapon of war. And the research that I did showed me that people are uncertain about when exactly this person, Zé Pilintra, who also have different names, lived, but it was probably at the very end of the slavery. Apparently he was not a slave himself. But Felipe, how do people get this information? Well, these spirits incorporate. So these people actually get into other people's bodies. People, mediunic people, psychics, they incorporate these spirits and then they ask the spirits to tell their story, and these stories are then written. So of course there are few variations. Apparently Pilintra was amazing at gambling, and he even opened a gambling house when he lived in Rio and was very, very successful. Many people went to his gambling house. And there are different ideas and different versions about how he actually deceased. I don't want to go very much into that. But all I know and all that we should think of is that he was very bohemian, so he was great at partying. He had a wonderful hand at cards, drinking, and even, you know, dice games. These are the symbology behind this spiritual entity, and it's also a symbology that is widely spread for Malandros, for performatic arts, in musicals or in samba schools, in any kinds of representation of the Malandros. The figure of Pilintra or Seu Zé is very widespread. Even people do references and ask permission to Seu Zé sometimes. And of course, if you watch the video in which I talk about the wardrobe of a Malandro, make sure you check the description box of this video. I'll try to leave a link up here. He had all those elements too. So I really decided to tell you about this guy because he is very, very important, and he is really he's a spirit, so I can't say that he's the embodiment of the figure of a Malandro, but he is definitely one of the origins. He's the typical figure that originated the image that is a cult image when it comes to the Malandro culture. But yeah, this was a short informative video about Pilintra. I just wanted to let you know that he exists, and he is the responsible for the image that we know today to be a Malandro. I really hope you enjoyed this video and that I got to give you some new information for you. So I hope you enjoyed that. I thank you very much for your time and for watching, and can't wait to see you again with another video about an amazing Samba world. Take care and bye-bye.